Welcome back. We are joined by Model Lab Coach John Morgerson, back for your fourth season here at Model. So thanks for taking some time to talk to us today.
Yeah, appreciate y'all coming over.
And we're just this is probably, I think, it seems like you've had this group of kids for quite a while. You only lost really one senior from last year, but like we were just talking before we went on here, you have 10 kids that could really play varsity time this year. Is maybe your deepest team you've had since you've been here?
Yeah, we have some really good depth. We got 4 seniors. I could remember these guys when they were freshmen, kind of being at that intro press conference, and it's been really cool to just see the way they've grown up and matured from back then when I met them to where they are now and the way they're leading our team. But yeah, we've got 6 other guys, or 7 or 8, I don't know, that are really pushing them to keep getting better, and our practice has been really competitive. So I like where we're at right now. We just got to keep working and see what happens.
Yeah, well, you guys have been with you basically since you walked in the door.
Yeah.
This group of seniors.
Yeah, good group of guys.
Okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about looking forward here. I mean, like I said, you only lost Billy Thomas, was the only kid from last year. Luxon that was a starter, so this is basically the same group back from last year. You have had one scrimmage so far, so kind of what did you see out of that one scrimmage?
Yeah, we competed really well there. We didn't get off to our best start, but we won 3 out of 4 quarters against Nicholas County, and we didn't have Keshav there either. So, I think that would raise our ceiling a little bit. But the guys that were there really competed, played hard, got off to a rough start, but kept their head up, turned the game around, kind of got control of the game, and we learned a lot about ourselves there. And one quarter we had 23 points, so it was good to see us kind of get up and down, get in transition, score a little bit more. But we have another scrimmage on Saturday against Wolfe County, and that should be a good test for us to help get us ready for next week.
Yeah. Do you kind of want to pare that 10 down, or you want to play that many guys? Or
with the scrimmage, I'm trying to get them all out there. It's not about winning; it's about learning more about us and kind of throwing them out there to see what they do. So I'd like to play as many as we can out there to just get them some minutes, get them some reps against other people. They go hard against each other, but they go a little harder when it's someone else, and it's a little tougher. So we learn a lot more when we do it that way.
All right, let's take us through all 4 seniors. Start with Keshav, obviously coming off a great
Keshav had a really good season last year. He had to do a lot. It was hard to take him off the court. He played probably 31 minutes every game. I tried to get him a breather when I could, but it was tough. Just because he was so versatile. And I think he really played hard last year. He led our team, and now this year he's kind of played even more confidently, worked on his game. He had a great soccer season, so it was, I think those same skills have transferred over, and that confidence that he has from how successful he was last year really allows him to play within himself and understand what he's really good at. And then Shalin, he's a good steady force for us as well, good defender, can bring the ball up, can play point guard, can play off the ball. Him and Keshav pair really well together. And then Kale and Jude, Kale's played varsity a couple seasons, and so I think that's really helped him grow into his game, the way he can score in different ways. He made a lot of threes last year. He probably didn't shoot the percentage that he would like, so we're hoping that will be even better this year. With our depth and balance, I think he'll get even more open looks where he doesn't feel like he has to, kind of force a shot to score. And then Jude, he's a great player for us as well. The way he is steady, he knows where to be. He's going to compete defensively. He's going to make open shots. When you pair all 4 of those together, they have a good range of different skills.
All right, and you got 8 juniors on this roster too. So.
Yeah, that's another thing. We have 12 guys there that are upperclassmen. Those juniors, a couple of them have been playing a lot of varsity too. You got Dylan Crockett, Leighton Coleman. Both of them have really grown into their game. Got a lot of minutes last year. I think the rest of them are still kind of learning, still kind of figuring it out. Adam came over from Central. I think he's got some good size that's going to help us once he kind of understands the system and gets kind of chemistry in the games. Our sophomore group's really strong too, with Harrison and Beckett that are going to play key roles for our varsity. Beckett's a good defender, good rebounder at the guard position, good passer. Harrison thinks he's always open. He wants to shoot a lot, so
shooters always think.
Yeah, he gives good energy to us, so I'm okay with his shots as long as he's playing hard. We just got to rein him in a little bit. And then Ty, he transferred and came in from Montana. He's a cross-country kid that was competing at state, so he's really athletic. He runs the floor really well, and just adds to that depth that we have. I really feel like we have 10 guys that can get out there and play, and hopefully that's going to impact the style of play. I feel like we can pressure people. I'm telling them to just get out and play relentless on defense, so that way you play as hard as you can for 3 minutes. We got somebody else that can come in and do the same thing as you. So just give us all you can while you're out there.
I think depth is not something you've had the luxury of here when the whole time.
No, and it's something you have to build. And,
Yeah.
I'm fortunate in the fact that it's fourth year, and we've kind of built that, and we have guys that are kind of been committed, and we have a freshman too that kind of really come in and helped us. He had a double over the weekend in scrimmage, and Riley Mollett. He has another good size, and he can score. He had 6 fouls in that scrimmage though, so we got to teach him to play without fouling. So we're still working on that. But
don't get disqualified in the scrimmage though, right?
Yeah,
So
I told him he would have fouled out in the NBA, so you can't do that. He's got to play without fouling.
Yeah, and you guys struggled a little bit offensively last year. I think I looked it up. When you guys scored 70 points, you were 3-0, but you only scored 70 points 3 times.
Yeah.
The rest of the time we kind of struggled. But with this group being back and more experienced, I think that number will definitely go
we've
up.
always tried to be really efficient.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to run 10 different plays. I just want to score, and I tell them that. It's not. We don't want to score 10 different ways. Our goal is just to score. And I think this group, we've been even working on just now, just trying to get in transition to find a way to go score before a team is able to set their defense. And I think we have the guys that are willing passers, guys that are unselfish, and guys that will run the court, that I think we're going to get more opportunities in transition. And hopefully we'll be able to turn some people over in the backcourt, which will lead to more possessions and lead to some layups that we can convert off the press as well. So I think that, I don't know what we were at last year, maybe 60, 62, something like that. I think we can push that to 68 or 70 and hopefully have a good record at that 70 mark too.
Yeah, because you definitely like to push the pace and transition, and also press and try to get some points off steals.
Yeah, I thought I sounded like Coach Cal today. I'm in no means Coach Calipari, but he's always giving a hard time for yelling "go" on the sidelines, and I'm just trying to get that instilled in them in practice, that we're just trying to push and throw ahead as much as possible so we can score before somebody can set their defense.
Yeah, and usually here and a lot of other small schools, size you don't have a lot of big guys. And
Yeah.
Kind of who are your inside guys there?
Yeah, it's like I talked about with Riley. He's a good freshman that has size. Adam, I think, will be a good guy off the bench that has good size. He's kind of the first one off the bus kind of kid that you want to walk in the gym and be like, oh, okay, they look like a basketball team. Like, we have some guys that we're going to walk in and have that size. And I think we can play small and still be able to rebound. We have some guys that are physical and have gotten stronger and put in some work in the weight room that I think, even at our guard position, we have good rebounders there. So even if we're playing, a couple guards and a couple forwards without real size, I think we're still going to be able to rebound and play hard defensively.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to expectations. I mean, obviously, the All-A is obviously a big deal around here every year.
Yeah.
And then looking forward, obviously district tournament and all that stuff. But kind of your expectations at this point.
Yeah, we have Sayre in the All-A, which it's already a team I'll try to watch as much as I can in December. They're hosting, so that's always tough. A team that's hosting going to play at their place, but you hope that you can catch them in that first game where they're a little more confident or overlooking us. But they always play really physical, so we're trying to get our guys to be physical with each other, so that way when we play against somebody that's physical, especially in the backcourt, that we'll be ready for that. So I think we competed well against Sayre last year when we played them here, and I think we kind of threw that first punch and got to them early, and then they kind of pulled away in the second half. But I think we showed last year we could compete with them, and I think we've gotten even better, and I think they lost a couple seniors, but they still have a good young group. I think it should be a competitive game that I think we should have a shot to win.
All right.
The district, our district's really good this
Yeah.
year. When you look at Central and Southern, I think they're they could be top 15, top 20 in the state, both of them. We don't have Central, but we do have Southern coming to our place in January, which our guys will be really excited about. I haven't got to coach against Southern in our place and have a home game, so I think that'll be exciting. And just getting the Madison County and everybody in here and the band and everything. They have a really talented group, but I think our guys can match up with them well with the way that we have some guards and some depth, and they want to try to speed us up. Maybe that will play into our advantage. We'll see. But we got to kind of get some revenge a little bit for last year.
Those games are always battles, that's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, Tuesday at home against Trinity Christian. That's the season opener, so appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you, Nate.
Good luck to you the rest of the season.
All right, appreciate it.